No, let me explain. Fired!
Welcome back to Fact Me Up channel. In today's video, we're diving deep behind the scenes of Hollywood and are going to uncover the stories of 13 actors who were originally cast in major films, but for some reason ended up being fired. So grab your popcorn and let's get ready to spill the tea on these 13 fired movie stars. Jonathan Majors had previously portrayed the supervillain Kong the Conqueror in several projects before Marvel Studios terminated his contract. In December 2023, Majors was convicted of reckless assault in the third degree and harassment following allegations made by his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Majors had portrayed the iconic comic book character in 2 seasons of Loki and the film Quantumania, and was slated to star in the Kong Dynasty in 2026 as the main villain. Marvel has not yet disclosed how Majors' termination will impact their future projects. Believe it or not, Hollywood heartthrob Ryan Gosling was once fired from a movie set. According to the actor, it all happened after he was cast as Jack Salmon in 2009 movie The Lovely Bones. Throughout pre-production, Gosling was adamant that his character should be 210 pounds, so he gained weight by drinking melted ice cream when he was thirsty. Days before they started filming, however, the movie's director Peter Jackson met with Gosling and realized he was not aligned with Ryan's vision. Gosling recalls, "We didn't talk very much during the pre-production process, which was the problem. It was a huge movie, and there's so many things to deal with, and he couldn't deal with the actors individually. I just showed up on set fat and I had gotten it wrong. Then I was fat and unemployed." Gosling's role was eventually filled by Mark Wahlberg. In 2009, Megan Fox was fired from Transformers: Dark of the Moon after telling Wonderland magazine that director Michael Bay wants to be like Hitler on his sets and that he's a nightmare to work for. Executive producer Steven Spielberg, who is Jewish and who suffered through horrible anti-Semitism during his childhood, took exception to the comment and pressured Bay to fire the actress from the third Transformers movie. Fox was replaced by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, ostensibly playing a different character but filling the same role as Witwicky's no-nonsense girlfriend. At this point, Mark Ruffalo is the only Bruce Banner/Incredible Hulk that Marvel Cinematic Universe fans care about, but the series debuted the character with Edward Norton in the 2008 Incredible Hulk. The reason Marvel didn't recast Norton for the Avengers was that the Fight Club star was apparently a nightmare to work with. He reportedly skipped early promotional events and, according to Marvel Studios president, just didn't have a collaborative mindset. Thus, Norton was gone by the time Marvel was ready to work up the Avengers and was replaced by Mark Ruffalo. Kevin said that the decision was definitely not one based on monetary factors, and instead rooted in the need for an actor who embodied the creativity and collaborative spirit of other talented cast members. Norton denied the fact that monetary factors didn't play a role in his departure and called it cheap brand defensiveness. Just like Edward Norton, Terrence Howard says he was let go from the MCU over a salary dispute. In an appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Howard told his side of the story. "It turns out that the person I helped become Iron Man, and when it was time to re-up for the second one, he took the money that was supposed to go to me and pushed me out." Robert Downey Jr. has never commented on the role Howard believes he played in the recasting of James Rhodes, but Don Cheadle took up the mantle in Iron Man 2 and has played War Machine ever since. Harvey Keitel was notoriously fired from Apocalypse Now a full 6 weeks into production, with the role of Captain Benjamin L. Willard going to Martin Sheen. Keitel stated that the experience was so detrimental that it nearly prompted him to quit acting altogether, considering the negative impact it had on his reputation in Hollywood. "In fact, I found it hard to get any work at all," he recalls. According to the film's editor Walter Murch, Keitel can actually be seen in one shot of the finished film. The scene in which the boat leaves the dock and circles and heads out in the ocean. The person sitting on the front of the boat is Harvey Keitel. Actor James Remar was initially cast in the role of Hicks in Aliens, but before the film could propel him to action movie stardom, he was fired. Remar revealed on the podcast Sidebar, "I was initially cast as Corporal Hicks and I was fired after a couple weeks of filming because I got busted for possession of drugs and Michael Biehn replaced me. I had a terrible drug problem, but I got through it. I had a great career and personal life and messed it up with a terrible drug habit." Actor Sean Young claims that she was fired from the 1990 movie Dick Tracy after rejecting a sexual advance from director and co-star Warren Beatty. Young told the New York Times, "They put out the reason in the paper's artistic differences like I was the problem. That really was the definitive cliff. My joke now is that I should have just said, I'd love to. I'm just busy right now." Beatty has denied Young's claim, and according to Screen Rant, he once said she wasn't right for the part. "I made a mistake casting Sean Young in the part, and I felt very badly about it." The role ended up going to Glenn Headley. In a 1996 interview with the New York Times, Natalie Portman revealed her departure from Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet was portrayed as a mutual decision. However, it was actually prompted by 20th Century Fox studio executives who deemed her appearance too youthful for the role of the ill-fated Capulet. Portman recounted, "Fox expressed concerns that it appeared as if Leonardo DiCaprio was molesting me during our kissing scenes. Consequently, she was replaced by Claire Danes, who was 2 years older." Scarlett Johansson memorably provided the voice of Operating System Samantha in the movie Her, essentially being the film's romantic lead alongside Joaquin Phoenix. But as director Spike Jonze revealed to Vulture, Samantha Morton had actually recorded the part and was replaced in post-production. "Samantha was with us on set and was amazing. It was only in post-production when we started editing that we realized that what the character/movie needed was different from what Samantha and I had created together. So we recast, and since then Scarlett has taken over that role," Jonze wrote. In one of the most notable firings of all time, Kevin Spacey was replaced in All the Money in the World after he had already filmed the entire movie. Following sexual misconduct allegations against the actor first reported by BuzzFeed News, director Ridley Scott told The Guardian, "My decision was almost immediate. We need to redo this. I didn't agonize. I never dwell on a problem. Only the solution." Scenes featuring J. Paul Getty were reshot with Christopher Plummer in the role, and the late actor ended up earning an Academy Award nomination for his performance. Aragorn could have looked a lot different in Peter Jackson's acclaimed Lord of the Rings trilogy. Initially, Irish actor Stuart Townsend was cast in the role before being replaced by Viggo Mortensen. "I was there rehearsing and training for 2 months, then was fired the day before filming began," Townsend told Entertainment Weekly. "After that I was told they wouldn't pay me because I was in breach of contract due to not having worked long enough. I had been having a rough time with them, so I was almost relieved to be leaving until they told me I wouldn't be paid." According to Townsend, Jackson changed his mind and decided he needed an older actor to play the part. In 2011, CBS fired Charlie Sheen, the then highest-paid TV actor from 2.5 Men, because of his dangerously self-destructive conduct as well as comments he'd made to producers, such as calling series co-creator Chuck Lorre a clown and a stupid little man. His character was killed off-screen in Season 8, and he was replaced by Ashton Kutcher for the final 4 seasons. He later expressed regret over his behavior, telling Fox News Sunday, "There was 55 different ways for me to handle that situation and I chose number 56, and that it was desperately juvenile."